Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another Sunday edition of Live Wire Sports Media. So, all right, so I covered the the post-game of the Indiana Fever winning to force the game 5. But we already knew what this was going to be about in this game. And a lot of people is making so much emphasis of the free throw discrepancy that the Indiana Fever had, and the reason that led to the reason why they won the game. And me personally, like, referees calls goes all different ways. We've seen it in the NBA in the playoff series. We have seen it in the NFL throughout the season. We saw it last year with the 4 or 5 games with the Kansas City Chiefs that has happened last year. It just is part of the game. Yeah, we already know that the refereeing in the WNBA is down. But come on. Yeah, granted, the Fever had a 34-11 discrepancy of calls. There could have been more calls called in this game. But at the same time, if you go back and look at the series, go back into the series, I could tell you that it's been pretty much even. This probably been the only game. So, game 1, the Fever had 17. The Aces had 12. That's only a 5 free throw difference. The Fever won that game, blew them out. Game 2, Aces had 21. Fever had 15. That's a 6 free throw difference. That was another blowout. Game 3, Fever had 21. The Aces had 17. But guess what? The Aces won that game. That's what? That's a 4 free throw difference. This game, game 4, was the only difference in the game that the Fever actually dominate the free throw line. 34-11. So you look at the other games, the game that Fever should have had won. So you saying that because the Fever won game 4 and forced game 5 that they had a big advantage of the free throwing? Okay, I give you that. Let's not make it throughout the whole series. It's been that way. It's been pretty much even across the board, except for this one. I said this. We would have never had this issue talking about the referees if Cheryl Reeves didn't never encounter what she countered. You know what I'm saying? We already know AJ Wilson gets the better of the calls. And maybe now that with this being said, some people think, hey, shout out to John Liquidator too. He said this, that maybe there's a reason why the Indiana Fever is finally getting the benefit of the doubt on calls. And it's not just this series, last series. The one thing he said, you have to follow the money. The Indiana Fever is the hottest ticket. You think they will want the Indiana Fever to be out the first round and the second round? They really want the Fever to be in the finals. And it would be beneficial if the Fever was to win it all. And I'm not getting into all of that rhetoric about Caitlin Clark not winning it, the Fever better without her, they're doing it without her. Look, she's going to be a part of this team no matter what it is, win, lose, or draw. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, win, lose, or draw. But I'm not going to get into all of that right now. But the main thing is this here. So Becky Hammon and AJ Wilson, as always, they pretty much say, hey, the Fever and Aliyah Boston has a special whistle. Aliyah Boston went to the free throw line, 13 times? two times more than the Aces did. A'ja Wilson went to the free throw line 6 times in this game. So let's hear them talk.
About going to Aliyah in the second half. What was, I guess, difficult about containing her? I know you guys kind of touched on a few things, maybe with the foul calls, but what made it successful for them to keep going to her tonight?
I don't know. You're gonna have to ask Aliyah that question. I honestly, you just do your work. You got to do your work early and make it different. But Aliyah did say I have a special whistle. She shot 13 today.
She said that to you.
Yeah. Yeah, she said the last game I had a special whistle, which is cool. So we just got to play their better defense, make her looks a little difficult, and kind of go from there.
About going to Aliyah in the second half. What was, I guess, difficult about containing? About going to Aliyah.
So pretty much she A'ja Wilson knows she got a special whistle. We all know she has a special whistle. You know what I'm saying? We all know that. We already know she has a special whistle. But the thing about it is that she's not getting benefit for the calls. She's getting some calls, but guess what? It goes to show you that the defense that Aliyah Boston is playing on her. Now, Aliyah Boston has not had a good series. This is the game 4 is probably her best series, but she has had time to play defense on Aliyah Boston. I mean, on A'ja Wilson. But like I just read to y'all throughout the whole series, and if you go back and look at some of the stuff, A'ja Wilson has had the benefit of doubt of whistles. She's averaging almost 8. In 2018, she was almost average 8 free throws attempt to the line. 2019, close. Right here, 2020, 21, 22. Look what it has it went. After 2022, look what it did. It went up to 7 to this year, 7. Look at her. Look how much she gets to the line. She gets to the line a lot. So when people argue that the Fever getting to the free, and look at Lil Boston through her years, how much she got to the line. There's no way compared to what A'ja Wilson get. So when people sit here and say, well, Lil Boston gets the benefit of that, but guess what? About time. It don't make sense for a person like A'ja Wilson to get to the free throw line. Since 2018, she was getting the benefit of doubt of whistles and get to the free throw line. So what are we talking about here, guys? What are we really talking about here? Look, A'ja Wilson was averaging almost 7.5 free throws at the line. Next is Kelsey Plum, De'Erica Hamby, Alicia Gray, Brittany Sykes, Breonna Stewart, Kelsey Mitchell. Come on, man. What are we talking about here? We really want to sit here. Let's listen to what Becky Hammon got to say.
3 seconds today, then it certainly felt like a differently officiated game than other parts of the series. I think we had more defensive 3 seconds today than any other part of the playoffs. I just wonder how you felt about the overall flow of the game.
Well, they shot 34 free throws and we shot 11. Next question.
Certainly felt.
That's wild. Look at here. A'ja Wilson holds top 4 or top 10 records for free throw attempts in a single season. 8th in her rookie year. 5th in 2024. 2nd in 2023. 1st in this year. And she crying about not getting a whistle? Come on, man. What are we talking about here? She gets the benefit of the doubt of the whistle all the time. There's no, the Fever dominated this game, and the thing about it is, if they really wanted to call everything, they could have called it. but it didn't. But now people think, well, they're gonna go back to Vegas and they're gonna get a bunch of calls. But as I just illustrated y'all on this piece of paper, that it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. Fever had 5 more free throws with them in the game one that the Fever won handily. The average margin between free throws between all the first 3 games was no more than 5 to 6. 5 to 6. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I feel like at the end of the day, the referees is going to be the referees. If we're going to complain about refereeing and whistles and all of that stuff, I can see if there's a bad call that decided the game here and there. Yeah, the Fever got the benefit of the doubt. But guess what? All I say is about time. The tide is turned. Maybe, it's what it is. So I can't sit here and whine and complain about the Fever got more free throws than the Aces. I feel like people was rooting for the Aces more than the Fever. You should be saying, well, you know what? Hey, it's what it is. I can't sit here and be complaining about that. That's not just, like I say, referees are what it is. They're what it is. Like I said before, Becky Hammon them gonna make it. They're gonna make some game plan. They're gonna make it harder on Leo Boston. You know what I'm saying? But it's what it is. Are they gonna get the benefit of the calls? They'll probably get some. They'll probably get some next game. But I just don't think it's going to be a bigger margin like this, like 34-11. I think it's going to be close on both sides. Both teams going to get foul calls. I don't think it's going to be that. You probably won't see a 34-11 discrepancy like that the Fever had, And then you think about it. AJ Wilson was talking in a press conference that Meg Augusta had 4 fouls. Melissa Smith had 5. I think Chelsea Gray had 5. Jackie Young had 5. So, but they had them. They've been in foul trouble almost throughout the whole series. So I don't think that's an issue either. I mean, got to play without fouling. But I do expect them to do some dirty tactics. Some dirty tactics in Game 5. I do expect that. But I think this game 5 is going to be more closer than people think it is. And I think it's going to come down. And I think the one thing I see them doing is trying to get Aliyah Boston in foul trouble early. I think that's going to be a key. But if AJ Wilson's playing like that, missing all her shots, jumper shots and all of this stuff, how is she going to get to the line if she's missing all her shots like that? So that's just what I feel about it. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because to me, it's just pretty redundant. I don't even care about the free throws, to be honest with you. It's been pretty even through the series. This is probably the only game that it shows a more dominant advantage for the Fever. You know what I'm saying? But you've got to look at it. The referees is going to do what the referees do, and that's just about it at the end of the day. And we just got to live with it and move on. I mean, the Fever won the game. They forced Game 5. Let's see what happened in Game 6. The Fever, man, I went on like it's a 7-game series. The Fever forced a Game 5. Let's see what happens on Tuesday night. So that's my thing. Let me know what you know. Let me know what you think about the free throw discrepancy that the Indiana Fever had tonight. Does it bother you that they had that many? Does it bother you that AJ Wilson didn't get to the line much? I could care less if she got to the line a lot. Don't matter to me. She still had like 30-something points in the game. So what? Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Until the next. Holla.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire. It's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it. So official, like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire. Sports and entertainment. Let's go.